Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soto here. Raiders versus the world, talking about the team that the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. All right. Today, we're going to talk about just it's getting out of control. Okay. Adam Schefter is probably one of the most respected insiders and newsbreakers in the NFL right now. But this dude has something against the Raiders, and we need to figure out what and why. Before we start, I want to make sure to let everyone know, please, please, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get this channel off the ground, and make sure to share this video on all your socials to get people to watch. It's the bare minimum you can do besides doing absolutely nothing. Okay, Adam Schefter. Dude, Adam Schefter cannot say something good about the Raiders ever. All right? He went on the Pat McAfee show and he was asked about the whole Ben Johnson to the Raiders thing. This is before Ben Johnson signed with the Bears, but still, man, he went in there and he just went full on the Raiders. He just was just crapping all over the Raiders, left and right, calling it the worst situation, the worst job out there. And it's like, dude, that's really what you're doing now. That's really what you're. This is your journalistic integrity, right? And I'm thinking to myself, why is this dude so against the Raiders? And I'm looking back at his, yeah, I mean, he went to school in Michigan, right? And then he went to Northwestern, got his journalism degrees and everything. Okay, no, nothing there. Well, in 1990, after he graduated, he interns in Seattle. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, in 1990, the Seahawks are still in the AFC. They were in the AFC West, and they were pretty big rivals with the Raiders at the time. All right, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it doesn't have nothing to do with it. Because I can tell you right now, if you're a football insider, if you're a football reporter and you go work in Seattle, you're going to hear and see a lot of hate towards the Raiders, especially in the 1990s. So there's a little bit of a start right there. But, oh, my God. Then he goes to Denver. We all know he was a Denver guy, whatever. He worked in Denver for a long time. You know, he got a job at the Denver Rocky Mountain News. Okay, and he was just got in there, moved up for a few years, and then he goes to the Denver Post, where he became a nationwide name. I understand, I get it. You worked in Seattle, who was a big Raider rival, and now you work in Denver for a lot of years. Cut your teeth there for probably 12, 14 years working in Denver. I understand, but you don't work there no more, homie. Right? Like you're supposed to be this impartial guy giving us the insider news, not crapping all over a team. If you haven't heard what I'm talking about, this is Adam Schefter talking about why Ben Johnson shouldn't go to the Raiders on the Pat McAfee show. Let's take a listen.
And you're going to a team that doesn't even have a quarterback, doesn't have a draft pick to go land a quarterback, and has to find a way somehow to get a quarterback. So good luck with that. Like, again, Ben Johnson needs to take one of these jobs, and he's going to take one of these jobs. But can you imagine bypassing Jaden Daniels last year and then taking the Raiders job over that? Because Tom Brady is the attract. I get it. Tom is incredible. He's impressive. But the Raiders have so much ground to make up right now, especially in that division. But the challenge that they have, to me, is greater than the challenge that almost any team in this hiring cycle has because of the level of competition that you're facing in the AFC West.
Dude, all you had to say was that the Bears was the best situation for him. He already knows the division. He knows the opponents, and he knows the Lions probably the best out of all those opponents, and he's going to play them twice a year. I get it. It's like the professional thing to do was to hype up why he should go to a certain place, not crap all over another one. And he was just more than happy to do so. All right. And later on in that same interview, he takes a big shot at the Raiders while Jaden Daniels. Now, it's just weird that he would go this far to dump on the Raiders for no reason. There's no reason for him to go hard on the Raiders. There's none. Okay, it's not like we're going after him or we're saying that getting this big campaign against Adam freaking Schefter, right? But no, he goes in and he says this about the Raiders last season during the 2024 draft and Jaden Daniels. Take a listen.
Jaden Daniels is one of these generational quarterbacks. You're not finding that guy in the draft this year, and you don't even have the draft pick to do it. By the way, that's why last year, it's why the Raiders had such an interest in trying to see if they could trade for Jaden Daniels. But by the way, matter of fact, they never made the call at all. They never even tried to get that trade done. A lot of speculation about it, more in the media than within the teams themselves. The Raiders never called about Jaden Daniels.
Okay, I can see if it was true. I can understand if it was true. Two Raiders beat writers who are very credible, by the way, and I'll get to them in a second, dispute this claim by Adam Schefter. The first is Vic Tafur. If you don't know who Vic Tafur is a very well-respected journalist and sports reporter. He writes for The Athletic, which is the New York Post. It's not some BS rinky-dink little thing, okay? This guy is legit, and he has very good stuff. I really like his stuff. Go check it out if you haven't already. Vic Tafur said this. Not true on Schefter's comments on the Pat McAfee show. We've reported all year that Raiders tried and were told Washington wasn't dealing. That was and is accurate. End quote. Vic Tafur doesn't have any reason to lie. All right. Vic Tafur reports on the Raiders, and he is down the middle. He's not a fan. He's not a hater. He tells it like it is. He praises as much as he freaking condemns. He's one of the more well-respected writers out there. Okay. Not just sports writers, but writers in general. Okay. And he's telling you that it's not true. Now we're going to move to Vinny Bonsignori. Now, Vinny Bonsignori, if you don't know, he just won the Nevada Sports Writer of the Year. No chump, very credible. The guy has no reason to lie, okay? He works for the Las Vegas Review-Journal. It's not like he works directly for the Raiders, okay? And he said that Schefter's report was, quote, ridiculous and 100% not true. You have to ask yourself, if you're Adam Schefter, right, what purpose do you have other than just taking an easy parting shot at the Raiders for no reason but that you hate them? What reason would you have to say this? When you're so far off that two very credible, very reliable sources who are close to the Raiders are telling you and have reported themselves that the Raiders tried to call Washington for that pick, and they were basically told, I'm not listening to any offers. They didn't even get a chance to get an offer. They were told, we're not dealing later. So it's just ridiculous, okay? Just like Vinny said, it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand what the hate is from Adam Schefter on the Raiders. This makes me want to freaking us to be good even more just so we can shove it down this guy's throat. All right? Man, look, honestly, I don't know how much we can trust this guy anyway, because I've dug up this old picture, and let me tell you, the greatest comeback in NFL history wasn't on the field. If you notice something in this old picture of Adam Schefter when he was younger, and you take a look at this new picture of Adam Schefter from earlier this year, you notice a little something different in the hairline? Yeah, me too. All right, guys. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and share to all your socials. Tell all your Raider friends about Raiders versus the World. We're getting this off the ground, up and running just for you guys. All right. Until next time, everybody. Peace.